Hello.
Hello. Can you hear the rain? It's raining. We
It's
had
pouring
down. We've had an awakening experience, and it wasn't from meditation.
It was from jumping in.
Off the waterfall. And we've been sliding down waterfalls. He jumped from 10 feet. And I was really scared of that. I was worrying. I jumped from 5 feet.
I think it's meters, it's not feet.
A meet. Meters. And it was pouring down with rain.
And there was an opportunity to jump 15 meters.
We didn't do that.
Maybe the next
time. Wow. And today also, we're in quite a touristy place, and every time we order something, somehow it ends up with like loads of sugar in it, or like really unhealthy stuff around. And we were talking about we were talking about like what kind of food gives you like a more lasting nourishment for your body, rather than just going for like an instant hit or instant like gratification. So when you're having a drink full of sugar, you feel quite high, and then you feel quite low. And when I have too much sugar, I get really, really high, and then I get quite snappy. It makes my blood sugar go crazy. So we were talking about that. Ways to stay healthy and nourished when you're traveling. Any ideas?
That's a good one. Yeah, this theme, there was these two themes quite strongly today. One is the theme because we were in a touristy place, and there wasn't we usually have juices or dairy-free ice cream or something which doesn't have sugar so much, at least not added sugar, and we try to eat organic and something which is natural.
Yeah, natural. I think that's it. Like something that's natural, that you can find it in the nature. It's not very heavily processed stuff.
Yeah.
And not adding.
And we couldn't find much today. Wasn't many options. So we wanted to share some tips what we do when we ended up in the places where there's not much opportunity to give your body something nourishing and tasty. Yeah, that was one theme, and the other theme I wanted to share very quickly on this jumping, because it was so scary. Just standing and looking. I didn't think it's gonna be like so scary, so many fears coming up, and it's just about like I'm quite paralyzed. I was feeling like my belly get all tightened, and so many fears were coming, and I was like, no, I'm not jumping. And then it reminded me something about going on some tantra workshops or retreats, especially if it's like 5 days retreat with some scary topics. And I remember like before jumping on the retreat, you feel excitement and you're feeling so afraid. Like I feel so afraid because I know all of my fears will be coming up, all of my patterns, all of my wounding, all of my stuff gonna be coming up and looked at, and that's so scary. And so at the same time, so it was quite similar. I was standing there, I was looking, and I was just looking at this fear, like so strongly, and I felt like, okay, I had the option. I don't have to jump, I have the freedom, and I could just breathe through that, and at any moment I could, okay, no, I'm not jumping today, or I could just take a jump and just see, I don't know, just jump and see what's happened.
That's amazing.
And that's the thing. And after I did the jump, I felt so alive, so awake, so amazing. Yeah, so that was one thing, jumping into something which is really scary, jumping into the unknown, and having freedom around also not to jump if you don't feel you ready to take that leap.
That made me think of something else that happened today, something about jumping into your fears, or maybe acknowledging them. And what happened is, then today I was talking about like a project that I would like to do, like something that I would like to share with the world. And when I was speaking about it, I felt all these fears and inner critic, inner judgment coming up. And I felt like as I was speaking, this was going on, and I was feeling like it's really hard for me to speak when I've got all these voices in my head telling me, you can't do this, what you're talking about, you're not good enough for that. Like, I was kind of feeling like what to do? Do I carry on? It felt like when I carried on speaking over the voices, I felt really, there was a feeling of being really fake, inauthentic. And then at some point I just said, I'm finding this really challenging. And then it was really beautiful moment. I feel like something I'm really grateful for in this partnership, because I felt like you really like held a space for me there. There's like this there was just this kind of loving presence there, and I felt like I could look at these fears and these judgments from a space of awareness. I felt like I was held in this kind of space, and it felt like something happened, like something shifted. It reminded me when you said that with your fear, you felt the fears and you like jumped through them, and I feel like I felt my fears and I allowed that to be there and gave it a voice and a space within me, and then I feel like I expanded. It was really beautiful, and I feel really grateful that that this space, that you held a space for me, and I feel like I could allow this stuff to be seen and brought out into the light, and that felt really empowering and nourishing. Yeah. So it feels something similar, maybe in different ways.
You can do all these jumps, there are all these jumps to make. There's always endless opportunities to take a jumps, and the bigger, the higher it is, the more energy stored there, the more awake you're gonna feel after you jump, the more fear surrounds it also. Like, yeah, because we were jumping from the 5-meter ones, they're quite scary in the beginning, but then you take a jump coming to 10 meters, like what? And then there is a 15-meter one, and I just thought next time, not today. Had enough. So having the freedom around how deep you can jump, and you can jump especially within your internal spaces, you can jump as deep, and there's endless. You can jump and there's gonna be fears and resistances all along the way, and it's gonna be more and more aliveness, more and more energy, more and more treasures you'll be finding each time you jump. It was really beautiful to witness Kirsty's jumping into her fears and embracing her fears, and suddenly there was this, she was just glowing with this sense of with this radiance of integration and centeredness and this like harmony.
And you know what was beautiful is, you know, I said, I'm feeling really challenged, I'm feeling triggered, and you just held a space. You didn't say, oh, what's wrong? Can I help you? Can I soothe you? It was like the space was held for that to be allowed there and to be seen. It's really powerful, that, because I feel that often, or even that part of me longing for comforting, or to be, it wants to, some part, it wants to kind of take over almost, that smaller part, like, oh, but yeah, it felt...
It's kind of avoiding to feeling it by just comforting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for noticing it, because for me it was more like, wow, I don't know what to do and what to say. All I could do, because I could see you going through the process, and I feel it's also kind of triggering the process in me, and like I could see anything I'm gonna say now is just kind of like, I wanted to be helpful, but I could feel anything I could do, like at that moment, just to be and just to breathe. And then at some point something was coming up, some words were coming up, but I was just trying to stay true to myself in this. And as Kirsty says, this was really helpful for her process, when someone just being there themselves and being true to themselves, wasn't trying to help them out and sort them out and fix them out. I was just staying present to myself.
Yeah, but also was not ignoring me either. It was like, oh, there was something in me which was like, oh, just a part, the voice, oh, doesn't want to, you can't bring this up, let's just go. But then there was a much stronger part, which is like, don't just repress your feeling. If something's there, it's there. And yeah, it was really helpful just that you asked me some questions, and yeah, it was beautiful.
Tip for today?
The tip for today?
Jumping into the unknown.
Jumping.
Facing your fears. Courageously. And having freedom around how deep you can jump. You want to jump today. But taking a jump every day, at least a little jump. Sometimes it's a little, sometimes it's a big.
A little jump is awakening. Whether it's 5 meters or 10 meters, makes you feel alive.
Yes.
Ah.